Project Zomboid is an isometric survival horror game, and one that I have been playing near constantly since I picked it up 3 weeks ago. It's actually the sole reason why uploads to this channel have slowed down. I have been hooked, totally, on a singular title. Death comes pretty easily in Zomboid, and when it does, it sets you back to square one. To help mitigate this, I found myself absorbing every guide and piece of content available to me on YouTube. I've watched every nurse job introduction video, several ambiguous amphibian long plays. I lurked the VG General thread back when it was still alive. Basically, I've become a bit of a Zomboid maniac. There is, however, one aspect of Project Zomboid that is missing in the online guide space. You see, the guides and Let's Plays typically follow a pretty routine hierarchy of needs. They secure shelter, food, and water, and then once those are settled, they do it again. They secure better shelter, better sources of water than food. But that's just surviving. How do we thrive in Zomboid? What's the pyramidion of this cycle of survival? What sits at the very top of our hierarchy of needs? Ladies and gentlemen, I have the answer for you, and that's aesthetics. So, this video is going to be a little bit of everything. I got some mod suggestions, some base locations, and some suggestions on where to grab the coolest things. The footage is going to be from my private server save file that I play on with my friends, but Louisville has been mostly untouched by the mods, so everything should line up pretty one-to-one with your own save files. I know most of you are going to see my character right now and think that the mod suggestions are going to be the painfully obvious Britta's weapon and or Britta's armor packs, and while I do love these mods, I can live without them, and most of my runs don't actually feature them. However, something that is almost guaranteed to exist in almost every one of my saves is K15's Humvee pack. Getting one of these up and running is one of the most satisfying goddamn things in just all of gaming. It feels so good. On the current save, once me and my friends had a basic warehouse base set up, and after my burn wounds all healed from spotting as a bird-worn escapee, I set out on a multi-real-world hour road trip with a box of tools to see about securing one of these. I nearly died from thirst. I was almost bitten multiple times. I learned an awfully lot about in-the-field car repair, but alas I found it. Settled in West Point, the most picturesque Humvee. I tuned her up, transferred my loot over, found a generator to power a gas station, and drove her all the way home. It was now one of my favorite Zomboid memories. And then, later that same day, found a near-perfect desert tan one parked just outside the baseball stadium that I must have drove by and overlooked like 10 times. I don't even think this thing is overpowered. You have to spec into mechanics in order to have a hope of getting one of these things going, and the unique part list requires a lot of extra materials aside from just some donor car parts. A fair amount of metalworking to actually up-armor the thing is also needed. Even now, my very late game character, I don't quite have everything I need to fully kit one out. Oh well. Maybe after the winter, I'll have it all figured out. Of all the clothing and extra zombie mods that I have run so far, none make me want to risk it all for a set of clothes more than this one. The Undead Survivor mod. Bringing in 3 ultra-rare zombies into the hordes. Undead Survivor is a fantastic bit of cosplay, and at this point I've killed a few of the Stalker zombies, a few of the Nomad zombies, earning me their Kip Egg, which is very nice. But I'm still on the lookout for one of these Prepper zombies. For the life of me, this hunk-styled corpse is nowhere to be found, but here's hoping I can kill one soon. I really, really want his chest ring. It looks so cool. Let's do a little past, present, and future for this bit. I'll show you some places I've holed up in the past. I'll show you my current bases, and then I'll show you some really cool spots that I plan to hit up in the future. Spoilers, there's going to be a lot of warehouses in the next couple of minutes. Goodness, I love grabbing a TV and a freezer and setting up in a warehouse. You get tons of free construction materials, you're usually on a main road, and the nice open area of the warehouse rarely triggers your claustrophobia, which you took thinking it worked in multiplayer, but spoilers, it doesn't. Plus, the second floor catwalks are absolutely kino. Let me show you the few that I've set up in. Muldra Southern Small Warehouse. Sorry if I say Muldra wrong. I'm not from Kentucky. If it weren't for the fact that I love exploring the map, even at my own potential health at risk, I could easily see myself rebuilding here on another world save. Forest to the north means you have all the wood you could ever need. Trailer park across the road to the south means you can easily steal appliances aplenty, along with early game fresh food and mid game canned food aplenty. And you're close to the police station, and you're close to the gas station. Truly a blessed spot. Muldra Northern Warehouse. Me and my friends did a 5-man here, and somehow found it just a tiny little bit cramped, despite its huge size, but it was quite lovely. 2 garage doors meant the dude playing a dedicated mechanic had plenty of room to work indoors, and roof access meant our farmer was a little less paranoid to do his thing. The resources available in the warehouse are lovely, but the self-storage directly below you should top you off on any tools you could need that somehow aren't available in the shed. If you're constantly driving to this base on the main road, be advised, zombies will start to form in huge packs down the road. Low-key, this is sort of fun in its own right. Louisville Midtown Warehouses. If you follow my B channel, you would know that this is a base that I accidentally burned down to the ground. And let me tell you, I started to loot a lot more fire extinguishers after that incident. But before it was kindling, it was home. Me and my friends on the online server put a lot of work into the spot. Blocked off the northern gate with trash cars. Kept the southern gate open until such a time where we could make a nice gate. That time never came, sadly. We had so much space. Mechanic could store tons of cars. Our armory guy had room for storage aplenty. Our medic had a cute little area to set up. And I hate to sound like a broken record here, but roof access, baby. Roof access. Tons of it. Too much of it. We started taking pot shots at zombies from up there for fun. Plus, the area has tons of supplies of every kind. It must have been a really easygoing neighborhood before the zombies came, to be honest with you. That sort of popular, extremely rich neighborhood in eastern Louisville that a lot of YouTubers recommend. Yeah, I know, this area is a little cheesy and a bit highly used, but we had to make a decision pretty quickly when the previous spot was on fire, and someone suggested here. This is where our base is currently, and I've had a lot of fun building it up. If you're a solo, you almost have too much room to work with here. I would personally get paranoid being surrounded by so much forest, even with the fences blocking off all the zombie access. But if you play a smaller community like I do, this area is lovely. Plus, everyone gets a room. Future build location, Louisville Mall roof. I will do a build on top of this mall someday. I promise each and every one of you. It might even be my next base. I'm so excited at the possibilities. This will probably be a nightmarishly hard thing to accomplish, but I will see it done. Not only does this remind me of the first Dead Rising game, something which I hold near and dear to my heart, but I see potential here. I see maybe a stealthy early game build would be, probably a must, considering you have to kite a few hundred zombies around to make trips semi-safe. But once you clear off the top area, this would be amazing. I don't even care about close access to the gun store. I mean, it is a nice bonus, but if you get to the construction store access secured early on, and you drag some freezers up here, you can freeze hundreds of pounds of fresh food, enough to last well through the first summer. Put some farm down on the helipad, build out of the security office. Oh, baby, I can picture it in my mind's eye. This could be great. Eastern Louisville Fire Department. I have been eyeing this spot every time I drive through here. I don't know why I'm obsessed with turning helipads into farms, but the aesthetic appeal is just maximum. It also features a sunroof for even more secure farming, and a large but not paranoia-inducing large area to work with on the inside. A close-by junkyard should have all the tools to start working on your mechanic skill, and I believe a self-storage to the north. Grab some fire axes and start knocking down those garage doors. The delicious, meaty loot is waiting inside. Turning your base into a home. Yeah, I know. It's a survival game. Priorities, but I say this to you. What is the point of living if you're not thriving? Just like naming your Pokemon in a Nuzlocke run, I believe that truly investing in your character emotionally makes each triumph and loss that much more rich. So where do I steal all the greatest stuff? Mostly at the mall. I'm not gonna lie. Let's start at the art store. It is of my opinion that each user of each PvP server should prioritize securing this painting, Wanderer Above a Sea of Fog, aka that painting that's also in Minecraft. If you get to the mall and someone has already looted it, it should be every player's job to hunt down the owner and get the painting by any means necessary. Some other paintings here are also quite lovely, but if you want a more feminine representation, the French girl painting is available in the nail salon on the second floor, and the Betty painting can be found in most of the mechanic shops. Movie posters can be looted from VHS shops and from the cinema downtown, although I am convinced the cinema is more of a death trap than even the mall. I have bad memories of that place. The vast majority of indoor plants can also be borrowed, and you wouldn't believe how easily one houseplant makes your shitty little survivor shack look like a real place someone could live in. The two types of gun lockers are very pleasing aesthetically, but remember, you need a crowbar to get them off the ground and a hammer to put them on the ground. I've seen lots of friends hurt themselves trying to drag these home, only to realize that their spare hammer is on the second floor or left in the car outside. May I suggest you then grab some normal crates? These stack very nicely and can be stored inside of each other when not in use. And then to break up the drab uniform brown and gray, one or two of these mechanic wheeled boxes work fantastically. Yeah, they don't hold much, and for some reason you can't stack stuff on top of them, but the visual appeal is next level. These military crates might seem tempting for those of you going for the mil-spec look, but sadly players cannot stack them, even though, deceptively, they can be found stacked. But if that doesn't bother you, tons of them can be found in the refugee camps inside the Louisville quarantine line. And, if you're down there, you might as well grab the very rare rain collector barrel. Optimize the trip. And that's going to be it for today. If you're new to the channel, we mostly do hentai or lewd game reviews around here, but I see myself playing another few hundred hours of Zomboid before I take a break, so who knows, another video might come down the line. If you have anything really cool that you would like to steal for your base, let us know. I'm always looking for new cool stuff, and it's not like I'll be stealing from you. If you want more Zomboid, also let me know down in the comments below, or if you want me to shut up and get back to reviewing hentai, that works too. A like would be appreciated, and I want you to have a nice day.